Hello again, EDF enthusiasts. I wanted to share with you how we finished this mission online, mission 110, online in Inferno with low health and just the two of us. I think it's a little bit more challenging with just two people because you have less options with your weapons. But anyway, we're both air raiders. We both have the M2 machine gun air raid where you can reload, and we both have absolute bunkers, and I have the Sprite Fall, the one that is 70 meters, level 76 I believe, and he has the healing post to put down. And I have the best Vagalta here, and he has the Varga. So I don't have the beginning part captured because it took us over an hour to actually beat this mission. But the beginning part is pretty easy. There's 3 dropships, and there's a bunch of cosmonauts, and you have a bunch of help, a bunch of strong NPCs. So what happens is he grabbed all the NPCs, and we put down our absolute bunkers, and we just started fighting some of the cosmonauts and frogs slowly, just pulling them slowly until I got my Vagalta. Once I had my Vagalta, then I could start killing the dropships, and then we went to the corner. So I have 2 Vagaltas in the corner, and he has 2 or 3 Bargas in the corner. And what we did was we farmed that ship until we had enough vehicles because we needed this. So once you kill those 3 ships, then the mothership opens up and starts spinning and has all these ridiculous lasers. This part is pretty tough because there is 2 rings you have to kill. The outside ring shoots the red lasers, and the inside ring, or actually there's 3 rings actually. There's a red ring on the outside, a yellow ring on more towards the inside, and then another ring that has all the shield screens and lasers. So the priority we're trying to kill is these yellow rings right here. And being in the corner we're in is if you're spawning in and you look to the left, it's that corner on the far left. That's where we're at. But anyway, I have 2 Vagaltas out because we're going to use the Vagaltas to kill these yellow rings pretty quickly. This is a good position because the rings will repeat their order that they spin around in. So they actually run right into us a couple times, so it's easy for us to shoot them with machine guns and the fire and the rockets. So we're using our 2 Vagaltas as much as we can to kill these rings. The reason we have the Bargas is because they are the best shields for this mission for us that we've found, because we have absolute bunkers, but when you have, even with absolute bunkers, the lasers will drop them so fast, whereas the Bargas, we put the shields in between their legs, or we put them behind the Bargas, and the Bargas take a lot of the damage instead of our shields, and therefore the shields can stay up longer. So we're just rotating shields. Like, I'll say minor reloading, and he'll put his down, and then he'll reload his, and he'll put his down, and then we'll go back and forth. So we always have them up. One thing to keep in mind is, in this game, for some reason, if you put your shields down on like a building, you know, if you knock down a building, there's a foundation left over. If you put your shields on top of that broken foundation, they'll disappear for some reason. So try and put them on cement or on, the ground where it'll be safe. But anyway, also I also would ask you if you guys have any good strategies or tips on this mission. Let me know, because me and my friend are trying to work out the best strategy for this mission. We did try Wing Diver with the monster because the monster shoots through multiple targets, thinking that we could maybe kill a bunch of those lasers with the monster, and it wasn't bad, but the problem is it took 2 shots with the 18,000, 19,000 damage monster to kill one of those, so it wasn't as effective as I was hoping. And Ranger doesn't have much snipers this time that are good, and Fencer, I don't know, Fencer could do too well because they move so fast. So the best thing I found was the Sprite Fall, and you have to be careful with the Sprite Fall because the Sprite Fall will not shoot through the shield screen in the center of the mothership. But what you can do is you can either aim at the top of that globe shield screen so that it hits everything on top of the globe and then they kind of spin into it, or you can shoot them when they're, at the side of the shield screen so that it'll like just shoot straight down, and as they're spinning into it, spinning around into it, it'll kill a bunch of them. But the Sprite Fall is very helpful, at least later on, especially later on in the phase. So I'm just trying to, call out my Sprite Fall the best I can. We took a while to get to know these patterns. Getting to know the pattern does help. Like, for example, killing those shield bubbles right there, they always come in the same pattern every other time. So I knew where to look when they circle around the second time. So just something to keep in mind. He's throwing down obviously Bargas as soon as he can, and I'm throwing down vehicles as soon as I can. The first wave is kind of hectic though. So once you kill the majority of the yellow explosive rings, and then usually we focus the yellow explosive rings first, and then we try and focus that inner ring next, but not kill the shield screen bubbles though. Just try and kill everything but those. and then we focus on the red lasers on the outside, because we're just by going by what's most threatening. That's the order we found the most threatening. So of course we're always trying to have one set of bunkers reloading, so we always have an option to put them down. We're trying to keep our NPCs alive as long as we can, because they are distracting a little bit. But right now we're just focusing on getting more of the red lasers killed. Not because you necessarily need to, but because it helps us with points, so we can call more vehicles out. Because ideally we want to have a couple of Vagultas out for each wave. Because after you kill this first wave of rings, then you're going to have a bunch of frogs coming out of the ship, instead of these little small drones, which makes this even a tougher mission. This mission is ridiculous, because not only do you have to worry about drones, the next phase you have to worry about frogs biting you, and as an air raider, of course, that's scary, because all we have is these machine gun air raids to free ourselves. So anyway, we're just trying to farm up some points, get some more vehicles as much as we can, and kill all the lasers, because once you kill all those lasers, it gets a lot less hectic for the next waves. So that's why I don't think you can rush this mothership, because for one, it spins so fast it would be very tough to just kill the right target you need to fast. And even if you did, like I said, our absolute bunkers were melting so fast. They're like 33,000 health each, and there's 5 of them, and they were just melting from the lasers. So I think you have to take this slowly. So that's kind of rough. So anyway, the next phase, like I said, is going to be frogs coming out. So there's going to be some purple frogs that come out too. So what we do is we go into the Vagulta and we go into the Barga and kill all the purple frogs at the first, before anything. Because, of course, if those bite you, it's pretty much over, because they have so much health. At least as an air raider, we wouldn't be able to kill them. So we're going to kill all those purple frogs, and then after that, we can focus on the lasers. However, I am going to do one quick satellite blaster shot, or it's not satellite, sorry, Spritefall shot, on the top of the globe, so that it'll shoot down on top of the globe, and as the rings spin into that Spritefall, it will kill as many as I can until we kill the frogs. The reason I like the level 76 Spritefall is because it's wider and it shoots a longer period of time, and therefore there's more chance for the rings to go into it. But yeah, so now we're just still trying to finish off all the lasers and trying to heal up a little bit now. We're gonna put out our shields, make sure they're reloaded, and I couldn't find any healing, so we just go ahead and use one healing post. We didn't use too many healing posts this entire thing because of the vehicles, but I felt like we needed to at least have one slot of healing. It's kind of a waste we were feeling, but at the same time, you can just slowly chip out of your health to death because you're constantly being peppered by something. Because even if you kill all the rings, you're still being hit here and there by drones, and then in the next wave there'll be frogs. And not only that, on top of that, they also have cosmonauts that come in too. So I'll show that as they come out here. But now I think we're getting close to wrapping up here and just focusing on finishing off the shield screen now, trying to kill these the spawner or the shield generators right there. So it looks like there's still some lasers we still have to kill though in the center. But I do like this Vagulta because of the fact that it has long range with the rockets, it has medium range with the machine gun, and then it has missiles and then fire for close range. Because the only way okay, here comes the next phase. Here comes the frogs. We knock down that center, the next ring, and now we have to worry about the frogs. So we're going to go into our vehicles until all the frogs are dead. And they have quite a bit of health, but having the NPCs here to help out is nice, and we can kill these relatively fast, especially with the Barga, because he hits so hard. And I'm going to try and take shots at the rings whenever I can and shoot a Spritefall. As you see, I shot at the top of that globe, my Spritefall, so that the rings will roll into it. Because if you shoot towards the bottom, obviously it won't hit through the shield screen, but you want to hit the top of the. And I think that's the only good air raid for the rings, honestly, because the strafe plan shoots too low. It doesn't go high enough to hit the rings. The bombing plan's the same idea. The satellite blaster is too narrow of attack, because we tried shooting with one of the spots on the ring with the satellite blaster and have them run into the satellite blaster as it spins around, but the problem with that is it's so narrow that it's really hard to do that, and the Spritefall does that better because it's a wider shot. The machine gun ones isn't bad, which we have that as a secondary weapon, so you can kind of shoot one as they're trying to spin upward towards the top of the globe. If you shoot it early, it'll spin up to the top and then it'll get hit while it's exposed above the shield screen. So that's a possibility, but that seems like the only good air raid is the Spritefall, so that's why we mainly have that as our main attack. Also, it's good for taking out the genocide cannon at the beginning, but it's not too difficult to do. Alright, so now we're going and killing more frogs, being careful here, and now we're going to try and kill more of the rings now that we have the purple frogs dead. And as you can see, there's cosmonauts coming out, as if this mission isn't even hard enough. And it's a laser cosmonaut too on top of that. But we do have Vigaltas, and he does have a Barga, so he's going to go forward and try and kill them, while I attack the rings and try and help him out as well. So that's also a reason why we have the machine gun air raid, because it is pretty good. I do wind up dying here, but not a huge deal. He's able to revive me. We have some NPCs to back us up, and then so I'm gonna get to this Barga and try and kill some of these. He does get attacked by a frog, but he has NPCs that do free him there, which is helpful, and that healing ring is helping us out. Because I think if we didn't have that healing ring, we couldn't have recovered there. But the nice thing about this is we're gonna have a bunch of healing items right here, so that's gonna help out. So I'm gonna get out, throw my vehicle really quick, get back in, and kill more of these cosmonauts and frogs. I think that wave might be harder than the last one, because the hardest cosmonaut, in my opinion, is the laser one because of his range and his damage. So, but as you can see, since we have all the other rings on the outer side dead, we can focus more on the threat that's the new threat as we unlock these the shield screens. So it's less to worry about, less getting hit by. So now we're just going to focus on the rings left here and farm up some more and get some more vehicles so we can prepare for the last wave. The last wave is pretty brutal because there'll be large drones that come out, which aren't terrible. There will be large cosmonauts, which aren't terrible, but they're rough. But on top of that, those lasers on the inside of that ring, the last layer, are absolutely ridiculous. For one, you can't see because they're constantly shooting lasers and it's a light show. It's just so hard to see. And then there's other lasers that are inside there that are like a satellite blaster, a beam that locks onto you, and once it locks onto you, it just drains your health. So even our Barga and our Vigalta was at threat. So that's where the benefit of the Spritefall comes into play, because as the rings get narrower and narrower on the inside, it allows the Spritefall to be more effective. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot my Spritefall. I'm going to speed up the thing here because we're farming now. We're farming our vehicles. But what I do is I shoot the top of the Mothership, that top of that big whatever globe or whatever it is that's exposed at the end, and then since the rings are so small and tightly compacted, the Spritefall will shoot down, and then they'll just run into the Spritefall, and I'll kill quite a bit of them. There's still a handful left though for after the Spritefall, but it does kill a majority of them, and it does help us out surviving until we can kill the remaining, until I get another Spritefall up, or until we can hit it with our machine gun air raid, which I think is the 105 is better, but the 105 is dangerous, and that's why we changed it out, because the 105 was killing us. If, for example, if we get bitten by a frog, we can't free ourselves with that. If we accidentally hit a drone, it flies over the top of us, it'll kill us. Or if we hit one of our NPCs, it'll kill us. So it's just more of a danger, even though it is a better air raid, I think. But yeah, now we're going to prepare for the last phase, which is, like I said, super scary. We almost die here because those lasers drain you so fast. And I feel like that even if you had, I don't know, 10 or 20,000 health on this mission, I don't think that'll help you, because the lasers drain you so fast. So like I said, share with me any ideas you guys have too with this mission. But this is what we found so far to work. and I'm a little concerned about how we're going to finish it on the other classes. But here we go. I killed the final shield scrum. I shoot the top of that so that its Spritefall shoots down, kills as many rings as we can. Now we're going to get inside of our vehicles just to be safe, or get inside of our shields, one of the two. And as you'll see, it's so tough. The purple beams are so rough because when they lock onto something, they just melt you. And then the other side shoots those spinning plasma shots, which are so hard to see with. So we're just kind of freaking out here, trying to be careful, trying not to die, because this is the end. Trying to get our shields, always having our shields reloaded and up in the air. Right there, sometimes you get splash damage through the shield, so you'd be careful. So one of the Bargas just blown up, or get a little bit concerned here. I'm waiting for my Spritefall to come up, so as soon as it's ready, I can shoot it again on top. And then we're trying to shoot our M2s as much as we can on whatever we can see, which isn't very much right now. But like I said, the Barga is saving our life. It's blocking a lot of the lasers, and it makes it a lot more simpler to survive. See, he dies. I almost die. We have our healing. I put my shield down. I revive him, and then I die, and then that was the closest part. We almost died right there. So that was pretty scary right there. But without that healing post, we would have been over. So I get my Spritefall up. I shoot another Spritefall. Our last Barga dies, which now we're really concerned. We're still trying to shoot our M2s as much as we can, and he calls in another Barga, which is very good. And then I have another Vigalta. So now I'm going to try and shoot some of the lasers with my rockets, missiles. I'm going to try and shoot the Mothership as well. The Mothership doesn't seem to have too much health, but it's enough to where I don't think you'd have enough time to just kill it fast with, like, for example, a sniper or a railgun or something. I think you wouldn't have quite enough time to do that, but I'm not sure, honestly. So now they drop more cosmonauts, as if we needed more enemies to deal with on this mission. Now they drop the big cosmonauts, which in a way is kind of good, but it's kind of bad. So we're going to get more points because of this. So he's going to go forward, and he's going to try and kill the cosmonauts. I'm still trying to shoot the lasers. I'm still trying to Spritefall the lasers and shoot the Mothership whenever it's open. But if we can get those lasers down, I think we're pretty much safe. And they move so fast though in Inferno, it's crazy. So he's going to go forward. He's going to kill all these cosmonauts. Not too difficult. But it looks like we only have about, I don't know what, like 5 or 6 lasers left. But even so, they do so much damage. It's scary. I almost died there, which was crazy. At 91 health. So I decide to get some health, or go forward and get some health, I think, before my vehicle dies, because I'm about dead myself. So good thing he kills some enemies here so I can get some health, because I'm afraid to go out of my vehicle otherwise. And he's getting close on death too, so I get out, throw another Vigalta, and I think I have just enough time to get out, put my shields up, and then get into my other Vigalta. But even so, like, just with these few lasers left, it's so rough. So I get in my other Vigalta. Now I'm feeling better, and he's got his new. I think he has a new Barga as well coming in. But we're still trying to kill those stupid lasers that are so fast. But after this, you know, it's pretty much, you know, you can just farm up, get your collect all the weapons and items and stuff like that, and it's pretty much finished. But we were thinking, as far as other options, maybe Fencer with a great shield, but I don't think, the problem with that is I think once you have to reload your shield, you're in trouble. Like I said, Ranger doesn't have very good snipers anymore. Even with the stringers, only 8,000 damage, so it's not enough to even kill one with one shot. So I think Ranger's going to struggle on this mission a lot. He's good on the drones and stuff, but he's not good on the Mothership itself, really. Wing Diver, I think she's the best sniper this time around because of her monster. You can shoot almost 4 complete monster shots before you having to reload with your energy tank. So that's pretty strong, and those are 21,000, I think, maxed out damage, and you can shoot through targets. So that, I mean, I think she's the best sniper, but we weren't having very good success with that. I think Air Raider is definitely going to be the way to go on this mission. I think its Spritefall is definitely the best weapon. So, but like I said, let me know what you guys think. If you have any ideas, definitely interested. The only way we could shoot this Mothership is with the Vigalta with our current setup, because I can't shoot it with the machine gun. Even jumping and flying to the top as high as I can, I still can't hit it. So what we have to do is we have to farm some Vigaltas to kill the mothership. But at this point we know it's over because we survived it, and now it's just a bunch of these big drones that keep coming out. Which thankfully they do, because if you didn't, you couldn't farm any vehicles. So in a way that's good. But I couldn't think of a better Vigalta, honestly, than this one. As far as rockets, I mean, I guess you could take the one that shoots a bunch of rockets and then the Stampede, but it's so slow that it's not very good for the beginning phase. So I still think this might be the best Vigalta to take. Maybe Proteus, but Proteus gets hit a lot, and it's not good for the beginning phase. It's nice to have this Vigalta to kill the first motherships, or the first dropships, I mean. But yeah, we were pretty excited. We beat it. Now we just have to figure out a way to beat it with other classes. We'll probably take at least one air raider and then use another class on the other person. But I think having 2 sets of bunkers is almost necessary on this mission. I mean, we do have other bunkers to take to have one person rotate them, but the problem is they're not as good as the absolute bunkers. So I'm not sure if one air raider could take 2 sets of bunkers and rotate them. At least unless they take the Barga to use as a shield. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll wind up finishing it. We're going to collect all the weapons, of course, because our weapons aren't still leveled up yet completely. So, but I love that. Like I said in the past, it's nice being able to still look forward to those green boxes. So, I wouldn't say this is probably the hardest mission, but I would definitely say it's up there. Which I like. I'm pretty excited about it. It's definitely a challenging mission. I was having, once in a while, I was hitting the mothership with the sprite fall. It was like a glitch or something, but I was shooting like slightly off-centered, and I noticed it would sometimes do damage to it, so I'm not sure if there's a way to actually get an air raid to attack that mothership, but as you can see, the machine gun one doesn't work, the 105 doesn't work, and the satellite blaster doesn't work, as far as I can tell, so it is a little bit rough. Because the brain, at least with the previous game, you could actually attack it from the top, which the satellite blaster worked on it, but they definitely made it more challenging this time. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. We're just going to finish up here, collect items, and then end it. So yeah, thanks again, and hope to see you on the next video.